So we're 2 weeks in, and we always talk about it being a marathon and not a sprint. And I'm really proud of how the team stayed in the process last week, stay focused on the things that they could control. We talked a lot about just making small tweaks as we develop and push to have higher scoring potential week in and week out. And we were able to accomplish that last week, upping our final score. And we're going to look to do the same thing this week, make small tweaks, do a little bit more of one thing, a little bit less of another thing, more stuck landings, less timid approaches, and just continue to move forward as we push to up our scoring potential this week at home.
Obviously, you had the chance to add a third assistant with kind of the rule change. Why was Emilia Hunley the right fit for that? And just kind of what are her roles to the team and kind of how she helped the team this year?
Emilia has been such a tremendous addition to our staff. Emilia and I actually grew up in the same town, went to the same club gym, and share a lot of the same philosophies and vision just about how we coach. And so when the NCAA approved that rule change, I knew right away that was the person that I wanted to bring on staff. And she's in charge of choreography. She's the primary floor coach. And she's one of those people that just takes initiative and does all the unsaid things. She's the one that really rallies the team at the end of a vault runway or plays the fun little games in between to keep the energy moving. And she just really has a unique ability to step into any moment and figure out a way to help them get better. And I'm just so grateful for her positive addition, and she's been amazing to work with.
What did you like about the beam rotation? I know you said you wanted them to be more aggressive. Did you see that? And what's the message moving into the Arkansas meet?
Yeah, I do think we made some great improvements on beam this week. I thought Gabby Gladio started the group off really strong. There was a little bit of a score question where the judges were questioning her start value, and we were able to win that challenge where she was awarded her full start value. And I think whenever a team deals with that moment of questioning, it's really important to kind of keep your head down and work. And I thought the lineup did that. They weren't caught up in the scores. They weren't caught up in what the judges were doing, and they just continue to build upon each other. Rachel coming back and hitting her routine, that was a big moment. Showed a lot of resilience, and her just not letting the prior week affect her mentality, and then moving throughout the lineup. Ella did a really great job. Had a few little bobbles from Shania and Lily that were uncharacteristic for them, and so we'll work to kind of sort through those this week. I think some more numbers, some more deposits will really help them feel more confident this week. And then Louisa finished off really strong. Just a small step on her dismount was probably the difference between a 10 and whatever she did end up scoring. So definitely some positive steps in the right direction, but we'll continue to build off of that this week.
I saw you at Coach Jabor's introductory press conference. So I guess first I'll give you a chance, since you were a gymnast when Coach Saban was here and then have coached in the same athletic department with him now, to just kind of talk about what he's meant to Alabama. And then also, when, as a whole, as a coach, when the university's going through such a big coaching change, kind of what's it like? I mean, I know they don't consult you, but when y'all are adding a new coach into the mix.
Yeah, I'm so thankful for Coach Saban and Miss Terry's contribution to the University of Alabama. It has been just amazing to be a student athlete here during that time, and then to come back as a coach at a place that he has just done so much for, not just the program, not just the university, but the entire community. And I'll never forget when I was first hired as the head coach here, Miss Terry was actually the first person to reach out to me and just congratulate me, ask me if I needed help with anything. And I think that alone just speaks volumes about how much they care about the whole university, about the people that are a part of it. And I'm so excited about the future of our program. I have all the trust in the world in Greg Byrne and how he has led our athletic department, and I'm so excited to welcome our new staff to Alabama.
This is kind of a technical question, but just so that way me and fans can kind of understand what goes into sticking a vault landing. I feel like vault landings are so tricky, and getting a stick is just difficult, especially whenever you have that much power. What kind of goes in, and how do you help fix and get stuck landings time after time?
Yeah, that's such a great question. The technical expertise behind trying to stick a vault landing, I always kind of compare it to a gymnast is sort of like a ball, right? Like there's ball sports where you're throwing a ball and somebody catches it. And in gymnastics, the gymnast is the ball. So she is the one that's flying through the air and then somehow has to find a way to just stop moving. And it's nearly an impossible task, but it all comes down to angles. And so we're really looking at like the angle that the gymnast punches on the springboard, and then the angle in which they get onto the vault table, and then how they see the ground to be able to take all of that movement and force and just plant it for a stuck landing. And so again, it really all comes down to angles. We do a lot of video review. After every single vault, the gymnast will come back, watch what it looked like. We'll put different signs on that vault landing surface so they can try to maybe see a different color before they stick the landing. And so we're always looking at different ways to help them better understand where they are in the air, because there's a lot going on in a 5-second time frame. And it takes so much capacity. I think that's the other thing that a lot of people aren't aware of is vault is such a high capacity sport. It takes everything and more to be able to make your body go through the air in the way that they make it look so effortless. So a lot of technique involved, a lot of video review, a lot of air awareness types of drills to help them better understand where they're at so that they can stick a landing.
I want to touch on the bars squad. True freshman Chloe lead off both weeks, 9.9s or higher, and it was the highest event total for both weeks. What seems to be clicking with them right now?
Yeah, our bar squad is really on fire right now. They're actually the number one bar team in the country this week. And the funny thing is there's really no magic recipe, magic ingredient to this. I think what they've done is they've trusted their training, and they're going out there and just putting into practice what they do every single day in the gym. Chloe has done a phenomenal job of leading the squad off. She is really calm and composed as she gets out there and competes. And I think having that foundation allows the rest of the lineup to just keep building off of it. Nobody is panicked. Nobody is functioning in chaos. Everybody is really just having a calm confidence about the way that they go out there and compete. So they've done a great job. And again, we need to just continue to stick to what we're doing, not change anything too much, and just make small tweaks along the way.
Hitting on vault a little bit earlier, is it the goal by the end of the season to have all vaults at a 10-0 start value, or are you kind of happy with the lineup you have right now?
You know, we're always pushing to have a lineup full of 10-0 start values. That just helps us have a higher ceiling. If we have 6 10-0 start values, you know, that allows us to start at a 50 and then work our way backwards with execution. And so we're continuing to develop that. We have about 3 or 4 other 10-0 start values that are in the process of getting prepared to go out there and compete. But it's going to come down to execution. So, for example, Gabby Gladio is somebody that is competing a 1.5 on vault. She did that week 1, but then week 2 she competed a full. We're just looking to see what is she going to score better with. And we have a few athletes that are in that boat. And it's a long season, and a Yurchenko full is much better on their body than a 1.5 is. So there's a lot of different things at play, but ultimately it will help our scoring potential if we can put a few more 10-0 start values out there.
You told us that we were going to see Maddie Lugarora, and she finally competed last week. What did you like from her, and do you expect to see her work her way into more lineups this season?
I'm really proud of Maddie Lugarora and the growth that she's shown throughout the season so far. She is a veteran competitor, knows how to get up there and hit a strong performance, yet she had a few little setbacks through preseason that slowed her preparation down a little bit. And I think what I'm most proud of her for is the way that she responded to those obstacles. She showed tremendous leadership and trust in the process and the coaching staff and the teammates, in the way that she just kept working to be prepared on her own timeline. And so it was really cool to see that pay off last week, go into a bar lineup position. She was also the alternate on floor and beam. And so throughout the coming weeks, I think we're going to see her make some other event debuts as well.
I want to switch gears to Arkansas this week, another top 4 matchup at home. How big of a difference maker does the crowd make in these type of environments?
Yeah, the crowd is such a difference maker, especially right here in our home arena, and we're looking forward to being at home again, and it's going to be an exciting matchup with Arkansas. Again, we're going to have a number 3 versus number 4 competition, and so it's going to be really important that we have the energy, the momentum from the crowd, and are just able to give our athletes everything they got. I think our community can see this is a really strong squad. They're so passionate about our team, about where they're going, and we just appreciate everybody's support on our journey.
Does having back-to-back home meets in the SEC help at all before you start traveling to a road SEC environment?
I think every competition is a great opportunity for us to prepare for the toughest away meets, for the toughest home meets, whatever that looks like. And being in the SEC, every team is capable of greatness. Arkansas is a really talented team. They have been on the rise. And they're coming off of a really good first showing at home. And so I think they went 197-105. And so they're capable of a great score. They've got a great team. And so while we recognize and respect that, we're going to keep our focus on what can we do, what can we control, how can we get better, and just keep pushing to be the best that we can.
Since it is Capes and Crowns night this week, I do have to ask, is there a favorite princess or superhero floating around in your family right now?
Oh, gosh. I will say The Little Mermaid. Ariel is a family favorite for us. Maybe it's the red hair, but my little girl also has red hair, and she has a Little Mermaid toy, and so that's probably the favorite in our family.
Any other questions? Coach, any closing comments?
No, thank you so much. Roll Tide.